get hit. So I'm gonna say LeBron James. And you know what? Let the debate begin. And I don't give a rat's ass if they do. I just telling you who I would like. That's all.
I said that LeBron will. I find him to be the most talented player I've ever seen in NBA history. Got a problem with that statement by me?
Well, you sound like you're threatening me.
No, I'm not threatening you. I'm
Karl Malone just said out loud what a lot of people have been thinking for years, but nobody had the guts to say on live television. LeBron James, the self-proclaimed king, just got called out in one of the harshest ways possible, and the basketball world is still trying to wrap its head around it. This wasn't some random troll throwing out hot takes on social media. This was a two-time MVP, a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest power forwards the game has ever seen. And he didn't dance around it. He didn't soften the message. He publicly tore down LeBron's GOAT case with facts that are impossible to ignore. So what exactly did Karl Malone say that sent LeBron fans into full meltdown mode? Why does it feel like the mainstream media is doing everything it can to quietly move past this? And most importantly, did the mailman just deliver the truth bomb that finally puts the GOAT debate to rest? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear changes everything.
Saw them both.
I saw him in person.
Like, come on.
Go James, man.
Come on, Shad.
I mean, because you think about it.
Come on.
Because he could do more. He could rebound better.
So what do we go off of, dude? Because this is the argument that I have today. Like, better player is one thing.
Yes.
Like, is he just like, let's take away all the accolades?
Yes.
Like, LeBron.
For more than a decade now, we've all been fed the same storyline on repeat. LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. End of discussion. No debate allowed. It's treated like an unquestionable fact, at least according to the media machine. Turn on any sports network, scroll through any basketball page on social media. It's everywhere. LeBron is the GOAT. LeBron is the king. LeBron is untouchable. And the second anyone questions that narrative, they get jumped immediately, called a hater, mocked, told they don't understand the game. And LeBron himself, he's fully leaned into that image, the self-anointed king, the guy who tattooed Chosen One across his back before he ever won a title, the player who staged his own primetime TV event called The Decision. No athlete in modern sports has controlled his own narrative more aggressively than LeBron James. But here's the thing about crowning yourself untouchable. Eventually, someone's gonna test it. And in January 2025, that someone was Karl Malone. Before we get into exactly what Karl said, you need to understand why this carries real weight. Karl Malone isn't some bitter ex-player yelling at clouds. He's not a talking head chasing clicks. The mailman is a two-time MVP, an 11-time All-NBA first-team selection, and the second leading scorer in NBA history. When Karl Malone talks about greatness, about what it actually takes to be the best, people should listen. And what he said about LeBron on national television in early 2025 caught everyone completely off guard.
I can feel it.
Oozing out of, you can feel it. You can feel it just oozing out. Yeah.
Who would you rather have as a teammate? Jordan or LeBron? Or LeBron?
You got a man, hold on. Do you have a man crush on Michael Jordan today? What's the deal here? I don't know. I'm just asking that question here. Hold on. Do Dan Patrick, my friend, my buddy, have a...
Picture the setup. Karl Malone comes on a major sports show for what's supposed to be a routine, no-drama interview. Just a Hall of Famer giving his thoughts on today's game. Nothing spicy, nothing controversial. Then the host asks the question everyone always asks: where does LeBron rank all time? Is he the GOAT? Most former players take the safe route here. They give the polite, neutral answer. He's in the conversation, different eras are hard to compare. They avoid the smoke because criticizing LeBron comes with backlash. But Karl Malone didn't hesitate. The mailman looked straight into the camera and gave an answer that stopped the basketball world in its tracks. No pause, no dancing around it. He said exactly what millions of fans have thought for years but never heard from someone with real authority. And the way he said it, calm, direct, backed by facts that even the most loyal LeBron defenders struggle to argue, made it hit even harder. The studio went dead silent. You could see the shock on the host's face, and within minutes, social media was on Karl Malone actually say that sent the internet into chaos. He started with the one thing LeBron fans hate talking about: championships. Karl kept it simple. If you're calling yourself the greatest ever, your finals resume has to back that up. And I'm sorry, but going 4-6 in the finals doesn't scream greatest of all time to me. 4 wins, 6 losses. That's the record. And Karl didn't just drop the stat and move on. He broke it down step by step and put it next to the standard everyone knows, the real GOAT, Michael Jordan. Jordan went 6-0 in the finals, 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, never even let it get to a Game 7. That's greatness. That's what a killer looks like. You don't lose more finals than you win and still get to call yourself the king. Then Karl went straight at the superteam argument, the part of LeBron's legacy even casual fans can't ignore. LeBron's had to bounce from team to team just to win, Karl said, sharp and unapologetic. He couldn't get it done in Cleveland, so he went to Miami to play with 2 other All-Stars. When that ran its course, he went back home and got another All-Star brought in. Then he went to the West Coast to pair up with another top 5 guy. That's not what GOATs do. GOATs elevate the guys around them. They don't leave when things get hard. The host tried to step in, tried to soften it, but Karl wasn't finished. He kept going. He pointed to LeBron's biggest moments under the brightest lights: the 2011 Finals collapse against Dallas, a team that had no business beating that Miami roster; the repeated moments where LeBron deferred instead of taking over, instead of closing the door the way Jordan always did. There's a difference between being great and being the greatest. LeBron James is a great player, one of the best ever, but the greatest? No, not even close, and people need to stop pretending otherwise just because the media tells them to. The silence after that was heavy. You could feel it through the screen. The host rushed to change the topic, but it didn't matter. The damage was done. The mailman had delivered. Within hours, the clip was everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, blowing up across the internet. LeBron fans were furious, firing off every insult they could at Karl. But here's the part nobody wants to admit. A lot of people were nodding along, because finally, someone with real credibility said what needed to be said. Here's where this really gets interesting, because Karl Malone didn't just throw out hot takes for attention. He backed every single point with facts that LeBron's defenders have been dodging for years. Let's go back to that finals record again, 4-6. LeBron fans love to spin that into, well, at least he made the finals 10 times, like losing on the biggest stage is somehow an accomplishment. Karl shut that argument down immediately.
You think Magic Johnson brags about the finals he lost, Karl said during an interview? You think Larry Bird hung a banner for finishing second? No, champions remember wins, not participation trophies. And he's right. When we talk about the greatest players ever, we talk about what they won, not how many times they showed up and came up short. Michael Jordan never lost in the finals, not once. 6 trips, 6 rings, 6 finals MVPs. That's the standard for greatness. But Karl didn't stop at championships. He went deeper, straight to the eye test. What does real greatness look like when everything is on the line? When the game was on the line, you knew Michael was taking that shot, Karl explained. You knew Kobe was taking that shot. They wanted that moment. They lived for it. LeBron? How many times have we seen him kick it out to a role player late because he didn't want the blame if it missed? Then Karl brought up the 2011 Finals against Dallas, a series Miami had no business losing. LeBron averaged just 17.8 points per game and disappeared in the fourth quarters. That's not GOAT behavior. That's shrinking on the biggest stage basketball has. And then there's the team hopping issue, something even some LeBron supporters struggle to defend. LeBron has played for 3 different franchises, hand-picking teammates, pushing for all-star trades, basically building super teams wherever he goes. Karl called it out directly. Michael Jordan never left Chicago to join Scottie Pippen somewhere else. He made Scottie Pippen. That's what the greatest do. They elevate the people around them. They don't go shopping for help every few years. The numbers don't lie. The context doesn't lie. And Karl Malone laid it all out. No filter, no soft language, just cold, uncomfortable facts. Social media went into full meltdown mode. LeBron fans scrambled to defend their king, but the pushback was weak and predictable. Karl never won a ring, they shouted, trying to discredit him. But that argument falls apart fast. Karl isn't claiming to be the GOAT, he's saying LeBron isn't. And the deeper you dig into the numbers, the harder it becomes to poke holes in Karl's logic. Now here's what makes this whole situation even more fascinating: the silence. LeBron James is one of the most active athletes on social media. He tweets about everything: social issues, politics, random late-night thoughts. But after Karl Malone's interview, nothing. Complete radio silence. No response, no statement from his camp, and his usual media allies barely touching the story at all. It feels like everyone around LeBron is hoping this just fades away if they ignore it long enough. But the internet doesn't forget. Basketball fans don't forget. And the longer LeBron stays quiet, the louder the question gets. Did Karl hit a nerve? Did he say something LeBron simply can't argue against? Other legends have started weighing in too, quietly. Some former players have liked tweets questioning LeBron's GOAT status. Others have made vague comments about real killers and championship DNA without naming names. They don't have to. The message is clear. What this has really exposed is a massive generational divide. Older fans, the ones who lived through Jordan's dominance in the 90s, are siding heavily with Karl. They remember what unquestioned greatness looked like. They remember a player who never let his team lose when everything was on the line. Younger fans, who grew up watching LeBron, are working overtime to defend him, but the arguments keep circling the same tired points: longevity, stat totals, finals appearances in a historically weak Eastern Conference. None of that actually answers Karl's core argument, that LeBron's resume doesn't justify his GOAT label. And the media response? Completely predictable. Major networks barely acknowledge it. A few talking heads tried to wave it off as old man yelling at clouds, but you can tell they're uncomfortable. They've spent years building the LeBron as GOAT narrative, and Karl just punched holes through it with facts they can't debate. This isn't a random podcaster chasing clicks. This is Karl Malone, one of the 75 greatest players in NBA history, saying out loud what the basketball world has been teetoing around for years. And that's the uncomfortable part. He's right.